Good evening, everyone. Call the meeting to order. Today is July 20th, 2026. This is the Town of Victor Zoning Board of Appeals. If you would join me, we'll start with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. A few housekeeping matters. Exits are off to the side. Restrooms are in the lobby. If you haven't done so already, please sign the attendance sheet out in the back. There's business cards at the back table, along with the email and phone number of the planning department. There's also a copy of the proposed resolution on the back table. If you haven't done so already, either please silence or turn off your cell phones. And if you have any conversations that don't directly relate to the application, please take it out in the hall, and so as not to disturb the application. If you are making an application and you have exhibits to use, please let us know what exhibits they are, and we'll get them up for you. If they're new exhibits, let us know. We'll certainly take a look at them and mark them accordingly. When we take the application, what we like to do is hear the applicant's proposal, and then we'll follow it up with some questions. It would be very helpful if we don't talk over each other. It makes it difficult, and sometimes, not that Emmer doesn't do a great job, but we would like to have no talking over each other so we can figure out who's saying what. When you're using exhibits, do the best you can by using descriptive language instead of over here and over there, north, south, east, and west. Help use structures. If for some reason that you have a question, we'll do our best to answer them. I think that pretty much covers it. Next, what I'd like to do is address the minutes of July 6, 2026. Hopefully everyone has had an opportunity to review. And if we have, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion?
Matt, a second.
Second.
Leah, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Great. Van Bortle, you're coming back. Yes, please. Yeah. So we had a little bit of homework for you, as well as waiting for the county planning board. And if my notes are right, this is an exempt situation. So if you have some things you'd like to tell us, we'd love to hear it.
Sure. I don't have a whole lot. My name is Spencer Reed. I'm with Mitchell Design Build. Last time I think you saw my cohort, Brad Humberstone. Brad is the lucky one on vacation, so I'm here tonight. Yeah, I think this is relatively straightforward and continuance from our last meeting. There were two specific questions that I'd like to address, if possible.
Okay, go ahead.
The first question that was raised was, why now? We spoke with both Kitty and her CFO, Tim Johnson, and got a relatively lengthy response, which we put in our response letter here. I won't read the whole thing, but to just kind of summarize, the official response to that was that right when we got this approved back in 22, of course, we were right in the midst of COVID and semiconductor problems and so on, and the economics changed very quickly. And now that things are much different and coming out of that, they have now said that this really needs to happen, excuse me, especially with electrification. Now they're carrying two different types of cars, often in the same line, so there's more inventory platform. The other question was, what's the likelihood of this moving forward, since it didn't before? Valid question. And the response that we got was that they are committed to this project. We have already obviously submitted to the planning board as well. We've also submitted to the building department for a demolition permit. That's a story for the planning board because we cannot move forward with that until we get planning board approval. But we are in front of the planning board next Tuesday. So Ms. Van Bortle has said that she is ready to move forward with this project.
So a quick question then.
Absolutely.
In a perfect world, when do you want to put the shovel in the ground?
So in a perfect world, she would love to have this operational before snow. So our plan, assuming, I know we're at Planning Board Tuesday, Planning Board had some questions. I anticipate we'll be at a couple of Planning Board meetings, but the goal would be to try to get that approval and then immediately start site work with the attempt to try to get paving done before the asphalt plants close around Thanksgiving.
All right, quick question for Adam. Does the board need to condition, if there is an approval, on approval of the planning board?
You wouldn't have to set that condition. Planning board approval would be required, but the variance could still be granted without the
Okay.
need for a condition.
All right, that's what we need to know. Very good. Matt, questions, comments, concerns?
Nope, I didn't have any additional questions. But the information we were provided answered the couple questions we had from last time.
Okay, good. Larry, questions, comments, concerns?
What questions did the planning board have?
So we have not officially been in front of the planning board at this point. We did receive some comments from the building department. I'm not sure if that was, Adam, if that was your penmanship or not. Most of those comments, there was a couple related to the direct site itself. A handful of those comments actually pertain to existing site conditions that are not potentially in compliance. So we're going to be working on correcting those, but as far as the site itself, I think they were relatively administrative as far as building department comment. And, we did go through that, just like we did with your board back in '22, and really refine, I think, the landscaping and some of the other problems or questions that they had at that time.
How long a project is it?
For construction, probably about 2 months,
I have no more
40,
questions.
45 days, something like that.
Great. I was remiss. So if we could take a short pause. Our liaison from the town board, Alexa, you're good? You sure? Okay, all right.
Happy to sit if you need me to.
Okay, fine. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, Alexis. Leah, questions, comments, concerns?
No, no questions.
Okay.
None.
All right, great. Let's just a quick review. So this is back in 2022 when this was originally approved, and then there was an extension, right? It's
Correct.
accurate. And to summarize, it was the COVID issues and inventory issues, and now we're at a catch-up, and I think you've answered, I think, at least my question. Ready to go this fall, 26, and it's a 2-month window, it looks like, that you'd like to have the job completed.
Yes, sir.
Great. Susie, anyone from the public want to speak for or against the application? Anything else you want to add?
No, sir.
All right, so let's roll through this. The first criteria, undesirable change would not be produced in the character of the neighborhood or district to nearby properties created by the granting of an area variance. Justification being that the original variance was granted back in 2022, along with an extension. There is really no difference in the application. The applicant has, at least the applicant's representative, has stated that one of the reasons for the delay in starting the construction of the project was COVID and inventory. Would anyone like to add anything for the first criteria? All right, second, the benefit sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. Again, let's mirror the justification in the first, as well as pointing out the reasons for the variance originally back in 2022 still hold. Would anyone like to add anything for the second criteria? Third, the requested area variance is not substantial. Again, let's mirror the justification in the first and second criteria. Would anyone like to add anything for the third? Fourth, the proposed variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. Justification being, reviewing the application originally back in 2022, we haven't heard anything that indicates there would be any kind of physical or environmental conditions, a negative impact. Would anyone like to add comment on the fourth criteria? Fifth, the alleged difficulty is self-created. I'm not sensing anything from the board, a need for any kind of conditions.
Did we just want to keep the conditions that were on the variance the last time it was?
Yeah, let's
there was
keep
3?
those the same. Let's make sure we got that. Oh, that's the extension. Give me 1 second.
Looks like it was the 1 year.
Yeah, the same conditions will be, permit or extension is not granted within 1 year, it expires. Landscaping, as it's indicated, the landscaping in front of Van Border will continue in a similar nature to the previous projects. The third, the previous variances granted will be referenced in this application, as well as the prior variances that were granted should have a reference to this one. Okay? Matt, anything else? All right, then. I would entertain a motion for approval.
Move to approve.
Thank you, Larry. A second. Chris, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Thanks so much. Enjoy your evening.
My daughter thanks you.
All right.
Okay, very good. All right. Alexis, do you have time for us? Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Alexis Ogra, Victortown Board. I'm pulling double duty tonight because I'm currently now the liaison to the Zoning Board of Appeals as well as the village. So in the next few meetings, if you see me popping in or out, that's where I am. Or, bedtime with my own 2 daughters. Happy to be back after, I think it was 2023 that I was on the Zoning Board with Mike and Leah. And obviously Adam and Amber and Susie were all there as well. Susie is the best. We love Susie. We love everybody. Updates from the town board. We, a few weeks ago actually, unfortunately our town clerk resigned. So right now we are without a town clerk. The office is still open. We have had some operational shifts, within the, some availability issues. But other than that, just, I would say, check the town board Facebook page before coming to town hall for anything that you need at the town clerk's office, just until we get that filled. And the next is really the storm that, we all were affected by over the weekend. I hope everybody's properties are all right. And if you have any brush or debris and you don't have a transfer station permit, totally fine. From now until July 31st, the transfer station will be open to all residents of the town of Victor for brush and tree debris only, without a permit. So if you have a garbage permit, you still want to bring your garbage, fine, bring your garbage. But if you don't have a permit at all, and you've got branches, all that, we don't want any sort of illegal dumping. So we said, we're going to open it up. Please come on in, bring it to the transfer station, as well as town staff from our highway department. We going around to town roads only to pick up any sort of brush left out. So if you live on a state road, you live on a county road, they won't pick up. But if you live on a town road, they will. And if you live in the village, you've already seen people picking up as well. Other than that, I have no questions. Or I have nothing else. Do you have any questions?
I don't.
It's been a long Monday.
Actually, I
is.
do.
Yes.
Why would they make you the liaison to 2 organizations that meet
Meet
at
at
the same time?
time?
All the time.
I've been I've been the liaison to the village since I started on the town board, so I think that's probably why I just kind of stayed. And when I first got on the town board, they said, "Listen, I was on the zoning board. Probably don't need to be the liaison. I know how it works. You know, when you get on the town board, they say, oh, be liaison so you can learn everything." I was like, I think I know how zoning board works. But after we've had so many new faces on the zoning board, I said, hey, I'll go in and, you know, I'll tell the village if I can do one meeting here, one there. It works out fine.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone
Yeah.
else?
Great.
Good, thanks
Thank
so
you.
much, enjoy your evening.
You too.
All right, motion to
Move to
adjourn?
adjourn.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried, thanks so much, have a good evening.
Short and sweet.
Do we want to let Brian know?